Citizens of Tampa and council members, we have today accommodation presentation agenda for March the 8th, 2022. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Right. Roll call.
Carlson, Maniscalco, here. Dingfelder, Citro, here. Vieira, here. Miranda, here. And Goods.
Here.
We have a physical quorum.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Shelby, we have possibly 7 items this morning for accommodation. We're going to take item number 6, it's not item number 1. A memo was sent by Mr. Maniscalco. So we'll start off with Dr. Wade Weaver.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's my pleasure and my honor this morning because it is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. As you know, the city of Tampa will be lighting up City Hall and other buildings in solidarity and to show support and to bring awareness for what is happening this month. I'd like to introduce Dr. Wade Weaver, who will be doing a presentation discussing the month of March being Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Dr. Weaver attended medical school at the University of South Florida. He completed his fellowship in hematology and medical oncology at H. Lee Moffitt Cancer Center and has been a physical partner at Florida Cancer Specialists in Tampa for 16 years. Dr. Weaver, if you would please approach the lectern, sir. There he is. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Wade Weaver. I'm a medical oncologist here in Tampa. I've been practicing for 16 years and delighted to be invited today to discuss an important topic. As you mentioned, it's Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, so dedicated in February of 2000 by then President Clinton. Colorectal cancer, the third most common cancer in both men and women, and it's also the third leading cause of cancer death in both men and women. And 2 points I'd like to highlight today, not to take up too much time. One is that we are seeing colorectal cancer occur in much younger patients, even in the limited time that I've been practicing. I've seen much younger patients in their 30s, their 40s, diagnosed, and unfortunately sometimes succumb to this disease. And so in May of 2021, towards this end, the recommended age to begin colorectal cancer screening was moved from 50 to age 45. Much of the mainstream medical news has been dominated by the pandemic over the last 2 years, and this may be something that was lost, but in May of 2021, that minimum age for colorectal cancer screening was moved from age 50 to 45, and so that's something very important to note, and certainly reflects the younger age group that we're seeing patients develop this cancer. The screening goes up to age 75. From age 75 to 85, it really comes down to the patient and the doctor decision as to whether continue screening at that age. There are limited cases in someone who's never had an abnormal colonoscopy to suddenly develop it in that age group. And so there are some risks associated with the procedure, of course. And so that really comes down to a decision between the patient and the doctor if they want to screen beyond age 75. The other issue I want to point out is that this screening for this cancer is very valuable and that it can actually prevent the cancer. This is one of the rare instances where the screening test can actually detect precancerous lesions that can be dealt with at that time, and they therefore never develop into a cancer. And so the opportunity not only for early detection, but for actual prevention of the cancer makes this a very important screening tool. So while we certainly think this is mindful 12 months of the year, we take time during the month of March to emphasize its importance and encourage everyone to get their age-appropriate screening. If you have a family member with a history of colon cancer, it is recommended that your screening begin 10 years younger than they were at the time they were diagnosed. So if you have a family member diagnosed at age 45, you should be getting your first colonoscopy at age 35. I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Weaver, for your presentation this morning. Of course, this is very, very important, and I do have permission to say this, but even, my legislative aide has been affected by this. She is a cancer survivor at a young age. So when we talk about age 35 and bringing, recommending getting tested and checked out earlier and earlier for preventative measures is because this is a life-threatening situation, and the earlier you get checked out, the survivability is much higher. Of course, your chances are better, but thank you, Dr. Weaver, for coming out on such an important topic. We appreciate you, and we appreciate your service to this community because you're there on the front lines helping people, helping so many people, and we appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see Mr. Citro back there. He went down for that, but.
And Mr. Chair, may I?
Yes, sir, you recognize.
If I may, and thank you, Councilman Escalco, for bringing this forward. Colon cancer is very personal to me and my family. I get checked every 5 or 6 years. In fact, I'm due for one, so I have to do that. My oldest brother, Juan, gets regularly checked, and my grandfather, my father's father, Juan Vieira, actually died of colon cancer when I was about a year old, and had a very tough life. Grew up in Cuba and came here in 1960, moved to Ybor City, and pretty much lost everything and built his way back and died of colon cancer. A very, very difficult life. So I remember Tim Heberlein knew a nice woman who passed on 2.5 years ago, Valerie Schlosser. I remember Tim meeting her at a birthday celebration for the Affordable Care Act some years ago. And she passed on to colon cancer. So I thank you, Councilman, for bringing this forward. Thank you.
All right. All right, moving right along. Item number one will be the presentation of commendation of Police Officer of the Month. I think we have 2 of them this month. Citro.
Mr. Chair, council members, it's that time where we pay the due respect that is given to our law enforcement officers with our police department. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say this over and over and over again. The brave women and men who keep us safe and who protect us, if you ever want to know what they experience, please attend the Citizens Police Academy for the City of Tampa. It is truly amazing, and the things that you will learn will show you what these women and men go through each and every day. Today, Mr. Chair and council members, we are here to present commendation for Police Officer of the Month, February 2022, and that is Officer Gregory Kottner. Did I say that correctly?
You did, sir.
I would like to spend an hour here saying all the great things that he does, but I would prefer our Chief of Police to explain to you why he is the Officer of the Month for February. Chief?
Good morning, Council. Mr. Chair, appreciate your time this morning. I am here to present Officer Gregory Kottner as the Officer of the Month for February 2022. Officer Greg Kottner has worked for Tampa PD for 22 years. He's worked in every police district and every shift within the department. Given his knowledge and experience, he was selected in 2021 to be the runaway missing person investigator. Tasked with investigating runaway and missing person cases, along with assisting the Unsolved Major Crimes Unit, it was immediately evident that his aptitude and work ethic were an exceptional addition to this unit. During 2021, Officer Kottner investigated approximately 700 runaway and missing person cases. Most of the cases were closed with the recovery of the runaway and/or missing person. He not only takes the initiative to be proactive in his investigations, but he also continues the investigation when a crime is discovered, such as interference with child custody or kidnapping. In addition to the numerous subpoenas and legal orders that are authored for runaway missing person cases, Officer Kottner requested access to the electronic e-warrant database to be able to initiate and submit his own arrest warrants and search warrants. During the last year, he has recovered numerous juveniles that are high risk for human trafficking and or are endangered for numerous reasons. He was even able to bring closure to a family by finding their deceased loved one within a vehicle. In addition to field work, including the collection of DNA and dental records, he spends his day communicating with representatives from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. One example of his dedication and thoroughness involved a 14-year-old juvenile who ran away for the first time. His investigation revealed that the runaway somehow made it to Indiana in a very short time and appeared to be traveling north towards Canada. Officer Kottner knew the potential risk for this runaway and was able to develop a lead that linked 2 other runaways with his original case. Officer Kottner noticed that one of the girls was intentionally trying to avoid being tracked, at which time he began tracking yet a second juvenile. Upon getting additional leads from his investigative process, he took it upon himself to contact the Michigan Fusion Center and other law enforcement agencies. They were able to help and recover the juvenile. All 3 females were located with an adult male. This is one of many cases where Officer Kottner's work potentially saved juveniles from becoming victims of serious crimes such as human trafficking. During the past year, it's become well known that Officer Kottner does not let a day go by, to include his days off, without communicating with the involved family members, whether it be by a phone call or a text message. He's developed a reputation for assisting with cases with exigent circumstances, even when he's not on duty. He receives praise from other agencies who request assistance. In recognition of his exceptional work and dedication to duty, Officer Greg Kottner has been selected as Officer of the Month for February 2022. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Officer Kottner. Forgive me, please. Thank you. Because of your dedication to service, commitment to excellence, and going above and beyond the call of duty, you have been chosen for this mark of distinction as Officer of the Month. Tampa City Council, your peers, your superiors would like to commend you for your dedication and diligence. We recognize your professionalism and commitment to keeping our streets safe. It is the honor of Tampa City Council to present Officer Gregory Kottner with this commendation on this day, the 8th day of February 2022. Congratulations, officer.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Don't forget these guys back here. Mr. Chair, I turn him over to you.
Congratulations, officer. Anyone? Mr. Pierre, anybody?
My pleasure. Thank you very much, officer, for all your work that you do in the community. And I'm glad to see that your family is there. I know that they're very, very proud of you, and it's good for them to see you be honored in Tampa City Council today with a commendation for your work, and to your wife and your daughter and your son there. They should know that their father is somebody who puts on that uniform every day, and that you guys should be very, very proud that your dad is a cop. Very, very proud, and very, very proud that your dad goes out there and saves lives, but especially, as was said before, in such a unique and sensitive area with runaway kids. That's one of those things that it's painful to even think about, being a father myself, but that happens, and a lot of times we need to have law enforcement and local government involved, and it takes a special kind of person to do that. It takes a special kind of person to be a cop, but it especially takes a special kind of person to rise up to that level to do what you do, because you got to put up with a lot. So thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Before I thank you and congratulate you, sir, let me just say to your family, thank you for your sacrifice, because it's not easy to, send him out into the world in that uniform, knowing that anything is possible, anything can happen. But we thank you for the support that you show this gentleman, and you, sir. Congratulations. We thank you for your sacrifice. We thank you for putting on that uniform. We thank you for the service to this community, for your bravery, and for all that you do. Very well deserved. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Carlson, recognized.
Yeah, same thing. Thank you to you and your family, and also your colleagues. In hearing the description of what you do, I couldn't do your job. It would be way too emotional for me. I can't imagine the emotional heartache that you have. chasing down these kids, and then the other graphic discussions that we had about it. What a difficult thing, and I thank God every day that there are officers like you who do these kinds of jobs that are very necessary to save lives and protect our community. Thank you.
Miranda?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Officer Cotner, thank you and your lovely wife and daughter and your handsome young man there and yourself for what you've done. You know, years later, I hope you get a tape of this, because years later, that doesn't come quick enough, because by the time you blink twice, both of them will be your age. And you got a lot to live for, and thank God that you're doing that, raising a lovely family. It's very hard to be a police officer. You know, maybe I could pass the test to be a police officer, maybe the council members could pass the test, but after that, it takes a special person like yourself about the what if. What if this person that I'm chasing is doing this, that, or the other? So you start following your leads, and you collect all the information you have about these children and other things that you're involved in. And you stick your nose to the ground, and you, like a greyhound, a hound dog, you follow it to the trail. And that trail leads you somewhere else. And that somewhere else leads you to somebody who says, I remember that person, what he had on, this, that, and the other. And you continue until you make the final determination that that is the one. And I appreciate, the family appreciates, the city appreciates, this country appreciates everything that law enforcement stands for. Thank you very much for you and your family.
Thank you.
Well, officer, of course, we appreciate your services. I know how difficult it can be, and especially dealing with cases you've been dealing with, and have a good family support. So we congratulate you on this day, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Mr. Sister, we have goodies for the officer.
This is his turn. You have any words? Introduce your family.
I will. It's an honor to receive this award. I thank you for acknowledging me. It's a privilege to serve the citizens of Tampa for the last 22 years. You guys did mention my family. I appreciate the support of my family. For these last 22 years, you miss a lot of holidays and family events, but their support helps that. So it's an honor to serve.
Thank you. Mr. Sister, we have any goodies for the gentleman?
Yes, we got some goodies. You're going to stand here and accept some gifts from friends and family.
I got it.
Everywhere.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're big Bolts fans.
Good morning, Councilman. President Darla Portman from the Tampa PBA, Vice President Brandon Barkley, and Labor Rep Eddie Croissant. We're here today to present Greg Cotner with a gift of a coin holder for the Tampa Police Department. We also have Sergeant Pete Brevy, retired from Busch Gardens, got 4 tickets for your family. I just want to tell you that I'm very proud of you. I also know that you've always helped out officers, one in particular close to my heart, even on his worst days. And I appreciate everything you do. You're a really great officer, and just thank you for your service.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
Congratulations. Thank you. Hey, little man. Hey, Drew. Hold this for Dad. There you go.
Officer Cotner, Donna McBride with the Strass Center. I'm almost at a loss for words. Believe it or not, Councilman, I cannot thank you enough, and neither can the Strass Center or the City of Tampa for your great work as an officer, but in your specialty. The families in our world today are counting on people like you, and I cannot thank you enough. The Strass Center would like to offer you an opportunity to come see a show on our behalf, and you have some choices in there. So thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. We love the arts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Officer Mike MacArthur. Morning, Council. Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service, and Officer, job well done.
Thank you.
And on behalf of Todd Stepp and Steps Towing Service, I'd like to present you with a $50 Bass Pro gift card. And looks like maybe a prom or dance coming up too. So we got a night out in our company limousine. So we'll hand that off to you. All right. So you guys enjoy it. Take some time off. Thank you for everything you do for our community.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Council, good morning. Officer, congratulations. Tom Rowan, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tradition with the Buccaneers presenting a game ball and recognizing some outstanding service. And we'd like to give this to you on behalf of the Buccaneers. Thank you very much for your dedication, 22 years to our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council. This is Simon Canassi, representing the estate of Adele S. Burnett. And on behalf of the estate of Adele S. Burnett, we would like to make a $1,000 donation to the charity of Officer Cotner's choice. I want to let you know that one of the largest beneficiaries of the Adele S. Burnett Memorial Fund was an organization called Redefining Refuge. And I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they work with saving children from sex trafficking, and last year saved over 114 kids from sex trafficking. And on a personal note, I've just been recently designated as a guardian ad litem, and I will be working with representing kids that have been whose parental rights, their parental rights have been severed because they were trafficked by their own parents, which is beyond belief. But Officer Cotner, we can't thank you enough for the incredible work that you do in the community. And once you finish getting all the little knick-knack, paddywhack gifts that you're going to get here today, we'll get together outside and you can tell me which charity you would like the donation to go to in your honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, Cotner family. Officer Cotner.
Good morning.
My name is Grace Gonzalez. I'm here on behalf of the Gonsmart family and the Columbia Restaurant Group. I know that you've had to miss out on a lot of special family nights. I hope that you can take this $100 gift card and enjoy a night out with some sangria, some paella. This will be valid at any of our Columbia Restaurant locations. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good morning, Officer Cotner. Morning, family. Hi. On behalf of Casper's Company, McDonald's Restaurants, my name is Dustin Portillo, and I want to give you this beautiful engraved custom watch for you that has your badge number, and on the back it says, "Congratulations from Casper's Company." So we really do appreciate you so much. Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh!
Good morning, Council. Leah Van Name on behalf of Tampa Theater. Officer, congratulations. On behalf of Tampa Theater, I'm honored to give you the gift of a membership. So you can come and visit us on Franklin Street, enjoy a movie and maybe a tour of the theater and candy for the kids.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Morning, Council. Brian Ramirez on behalf of THEA, Tampa Ellsworth Expressway Authority. Congratulations on the job well done, officer. I just want to personally thank you for keeping our children, our families, and our community safe. As a token of our appreciation, goodie bag with gift card in there. So you enjoy and thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You need more arms.
Yeah.
Steve Michelini, I'm here on behalf of a variety of different folks who'd like to honor you. One is the Chicho's Restaurant Group. We're going to provide you with a gift certificate so you can enjoy yourself at one of their establishments for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You like the Y? No? Well, you get a gift certificate so you can go to the Y and try out some of their programs and exercise and do whatever you like. On behalf of the Yummy House China Bistro, we're providing you with a gift certificate. Enjoy yourself there for lunch or dinner. On behalf of the Meat Market Tampa in Old Hyde Park Village, we're providing you with another gift certificate so you can go enjoy yourself there. And on Bella Brava, which is in the Midtown, brand new restaurant, we're providing you with another gift certificate there. So we thank you very much for your dedication. And I can tell you from a friend's experience that losing a child or have a missing child is an extremely trying time. And so your efforts to help recover those individuals is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very generous. Thank you.
There you go.
Officer, again, the city of Tampa, the family, and every citizen thanks you for everything you do.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, young squire.
Thank you. All right. Let's collect our
Mr. Chair and Council, we also have Officer of the Month for March 2022. We had a little hiccup last month in our commendations, but we are here to recognize the hard work of Detective Austin Hill. Detective, thank you for being here today. Come on up here. Come on up here. And again, Mr. Chair, I would like to spend hours talking about this officer, this detective, but I think it would be better for our Chief of Police to tell us the reason why he's getting Officer of the Month. Chief?
Thank you, Council. Thank you, Chairman. Very excited to present Detective Austin Hill, Officer of the Month, March 2022. Detective Austin Hill's been employed with Tampa PD for almost 15 years. He's a remarkable detective who's completing his 7th year as a detective. He has served 5 of those years in homicide. Detective Hill demonstrates a high level of commitment and thoroughness regarding his investigations. In 2021, he was the lead detective in 5 homicides. Through his exceptional work, 4 of those cases were closed, leading to 3 arrests. Detective Hill was the lead detective of a robbery homicide which occurred in Ybor City in February 2021. During his diligent track of the suspect's path of travel, he located the suspect's discarded clothing. He pored over hours and hours of surveillance video and was able to connect the suspect to an armed robbery that occurred in Ybor City the previous night. After obtaining the suspect's DNA sample, Detective Hill matched it to the clothing. Through the use of social media platforms, he discovered the homicide victim's stolen property in the suspect's possession. His investigation led to a first-degree murder charge. Post-arrest, Detective Hill's exceptional interview skills resulted in the suspect's confession. He also connected the suspect to an armed robbery and an aggravated battery with a firearm, all committed within a 2-month period. His hard work led to the arrest of a very, very violent individual who was clearly on a crime spree. In July of 2021, an Ybor City's club security guard was shot to death in front of his wife after his shift. Through Detective Hill's investigation, he learned of a related altercation at the club. Again, after he pored over hours of video footage, reviewed license plate reader data, and conducted multiple interviews, Detective Hill identified the subject. His hard work culminated in the subject's arrest for first-degree murder. Post-arrest, he continued his investigation and executed search warrants, led to the murder weapon and the subject's clothing worn during the offense. Yet again, in December of 2021, a college student was shot to death in West Tampa. Detective Hill was the lead investigator and worked through the night conducting interviews and reviewing video. His investigation quickly led to the murder weapon and the subject's nickname, resulting in his identification. His investigation included several search warrants and a presentation to the state attorney's office, which resulted in a second-degree murder charge. Post-arrest, the subject confessed to the crime. Detective Hill's diligence and initiative led to the arrest of 3 violent offenders who posed a threat to the citizens and the safety of the citizens of Tampa, and the victims' families received closure to assist with their healing. In recognition of his outstanding work and dedication to the city of Tampa, the homicide unit, and the citizens, Detective Hill has been selected as the Tampa Police Department's Officer of the Month for March 2022. Detective Hill, congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. I don't want to block your wonderful family, so please come stand over here. Because of your dedication to service, your commitment to excellence, and going above and beyond the call of duty, you have been chosen for this mark of distinction as Officer of the Month. Tampa City Council, your peers and superiors would like to commend you for your dedication and diligence. We recognize your professionalism and the commitment to keep our streets safe. It is the honor of Tampa City Council to present Detective Austin Hill with this commendation on the 8th day of March 2022 as Officer of the Month. Detective, thank you. Mr. Chair,
Mayor, you recognize?
Thank you, sir. And Detective, we thank you for all your work. You know, as was said before, when you're a homicide detective, your work isn't just of finding the bad guys and assembling the evidence and the information that you need. A lot of times it's healing, it's nurturing, it's dealing with people whose loved ones are no longer here. The case and the shooting of the college student was mentioned from December. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, I visited with the family and just talking with them. It just as a person who doesn't deal with that stuff every single day, it's heartbreaking. It's beyond heartbreaking for somebody to lose somebody to such a tragic end that shouldn't happen. But you know, you deal a lot with survivors and people who had ones taken away from them unjustly and through violence and cruelty, and you see a lot of things. So for that, we salute your work. And again, like before, we're always happy to see your families here because that's so important. Your son, who has an awesome haircut, by the way, your lovely daughter, your lovely wife over there. It's good for them to be here because, you know, I always say that whenever we have the family of somebody in uniform, whether it's someone in the military, a firefighter, or a cop, they ought to be proud of what their family member does. And I know that they are because it's an honorable profession. It's honorable what you do, and that honorable activity has been highlighted today. So thank you guys, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Congratulations, sir. Honor, you know, worthy and well received, and we thank you for your service. We thank your family for their sacrifice and their patience, and you and the job that you do is not easy. Just like the gentleman that was honored before you, what you go through mentally every day, the sacrifice that you make, the dedication that you have to this community, one-on-one with the people that you serve. We thank you, and this is a well-deserved honor. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, the work that you do is the kind of thing that TV shows and movies are made out of, but on a day-to-day basis, it must be stressful and emotional. And so I just want to echo the thoughts of thank you to you and your family for supporting us and protecting us.
Thank you, Chairman. You know, as I sit here and listen to what you've done and what you continue to do, I would imagine this could be a TV show for us to watch. And I'm going to name just a couple of them, like Columbo. Remember that guy, Jack Webb? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Mannix, CSI Miami. All this fits into a program for at least an hour on what you have accomplished in a short period of time. But that tenacity to keep looking to the, I said it earlier, to the what if I missed this, what if I shouldn't have done that, and you go back and retrace it. I know you had to have some type of doubt when you're doing some type of investigation that you want to cover everything all at once, but you've got to take each one of those individually to find the end result. And for that, I want to say thank you to you and your family, because your family gave up a lot to see you work that hard and sometimes be on the job longer than what you really have to because you want to solve the case. And on that, on behalf of the citizens of the city of Tampa, I just say muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much, officer, for you and your family.
Thank you.
Well, I know this guy, Mr. Randall. I know this guy when he came on.
Well, he resembles us with that haircut.
You know, you're at dinner with your family and shift commander calls. You have a signal 5 and leave your family. You know, might have just got to the theme park. But you're the on-call person, so you got to leave your family. You know, homicide detective has to, it's a craft. Everybody can't do that job. You can be a police officer and go into a scene, but you know, you have to go there and go see the autopsy. You got to stand there and see the ME cut that person up. Everybody can't, Mr. Carlson, you're right, everybody can't stomach seeing that kind of stuff. Everybody can't stomach, you can be a police officer, but everybody can't stomach seeing that ME get that blade, it's a little salt. He gets the back of the head and comes from the back to the front. That's how that works. And he gets this little piece, and he pulls the back of that skin back of the back of your neck to the top. And he cuts in the top. And then takes that brain out. Am I right, officer?
You're right.
See,
I think I blew my son's mind when I told him I'd seen a brain before.
Yeah, so it's a different field, and he takes that V, that Y, the Y cut, takes the organs out, and he starts chopping little pieces of the organs to see how you die. It's a hell of a job, gentlemen, I'm telling you right now. You know, everybody can't stomach that, and it takes certain people to do that. To tell a loved one that your family's not coming home anymore. To tell a loved one that your child isn't coming home anymore. And they don't want to hear, and I tell people all the time, when you look at violent crimes, it's all right when it don't happen to my house, but when it happens to my house, I want answers. You had other people who probably killed people before, but yet when they die of murder, we want answers for that murder. That's where your snitching comes in, you know? It's a hell of a job to be a homicide detective because, you know, you're trying to bring closure even to the person who might have been a bad person, but you still want to bring closure because the person's still a human being, regardless. So we want to say thank you for the work you've done, my friend. Thank you for your family throughout the years. You know, I know how that is to get those calls. You're enjoying yourself and you got to leave. So again, we really thank you for the work you've done. Mr. Citro, well, officer want to say a few words?
Your turn. So I would like to echo exactly what you said. Thank especially my family. They have to sacrifice me not being there when these calls come in, me not being available. I also want to point out to the council that a lot of these cases that we're working, we are solving these cases with technology, and these are technologies that I know we have to balance privacy and safety, and I know those discussions have been had in council, but we are using them for good, and they are helping us solve these very heinous crimes. So thank you guys for having R6 in that regard, for approving some of these things, the LPRs as were mentioned in the write-up. Those things are really working in these investigations. Also, all these cases are a team effort. So I'd like to thank the rest of the team that I work with. I'm not the only one coming out when there's a homicide. When I'm lead, at least 4 or 5 of us are coming out to work these cases.
Detective, over here. Now is the fun part. Except Thunderbug, his light was starting to flicker a little bit because he is the hardest working mascot of any sports team in Tampa. And he wanted me to present you with this gift certificate from Tampa Bay Lightning. Thank you.
Hey, Austin.
Hello.
Councilman, President Darla Portman of the Tampa PBA, Eddie Croissant, Brandon Barkley. Again, we're very proud of you. First time I met you in District 3, you and Gady crushing it in the detective division, and you're doing it again in homicide. So we're very proud of you. We've also got retired Sergeant Brevy 4 tickets for Busch Gardens for you and your family. And we got you a plaque that Rob Moore made.
Thank you so much.
So again, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council, Detective, congratulations. Tom Rowan, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For outstanding performance, we'd like to present you with this game ball on behalf of the Buccaneers and the Glazer family.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for your dedication and service to our community. Thank you.
Morning, Council, again. I want to say to this young man, you make sure to enjoy all that hair while you can, okay? Hopefully your maternal grandfather is not bald, because that's where you get it from, not from this guy, thankfully. The chairman knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
On behalf of the Adele S. Burnett Memorial Fund, we will be donating $1,000 to the charity of your choice, Officer Hill. Thank you very much for the service that you provide our city, keeping us safe. And I will see you outside once you finish getting all your recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna McBride, Stress Center for the Performing Arts. Officer Hill, thank you so much for your service and all that you do, and especially for keeping our city safe and for bringing justice when it is needed. And the Stress Center would like to offer for your family to see a show of your choice.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Good morning again, Council. Good morning, Hill family, Detective Hill. Thank you so much for your service to the City of Tampa. On behalf of the Gonsmart family and the Columbia Restaurant Group, I'm going to present your family with a $100 gift card to any Columbia Restaurant location. Please enjoy a night of flamenco show, anything you'd like.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thanks.
Good morning again, Council. Brian Ramirez, Detective Hill. I just want to thank you for your leadership and for your commitment to keeping our community safe. On behalf of Thea, here's a token of our appreciation, goodie bag, gift card in there. You enjoy with your family.
Thank you so much.
Your hair is stealing the show, man. Thanks again. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Good.
Hi, Dustin Portillo with Casper's Company McDonald's. Hi, guys and gals. Nice hair. I want to present to you a beautiful citizen's watch that has been engraved with your badge number and your name on it, and just wanted to say thank you so much on behalf of myself and our 4,000 employees.
Thank you.
Sir. Appreciate you. Thanks, guys.
Good morning. We have a name. I'm here on behalf of Tampa Theater, and I want to say congratulations. Thank you for everything you do for our community. We really appreciate it. And this is a gift, a membership to Tampa Theater, so you can come and visit us on Franklin Street for movies, tour of the theaters, we've got candy. So here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, officer. Good morning. Morning, council. Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service, and we just want to congratulate you on a job well done. We're such an honor for our company to be a partnership with the Tampa Police Department, and so we just want to say congratulations for everything that you've done for our community. I'd like to present you with a $50 Bass Pro gift card and a night out in our company limousine for you and your family. You guys enjoy it. Take some time off. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll hand that to you. You're gonna need to get this kid some shoes. This kid's got some big feet now, so I'm gonna do a shoe deal for him.
I'll see you Saturday.
Steve Michelini, again, I'm here on behalf of a couple different folks who'd like to honor you.
Thank you.
And the Chicho's Restaurant Group would like to provide you with a gift certificate. The Meat Market of Tampa at Old Hyde Park Village is providing you with a gift certificate, so you can go enjoy yourself there. The Tampa Metropolitan Y is providing you a complimentary entry and gift certificate, so you can go enjoy their facilities. Yummy House China Bistro is providing you with a gift certificate. You can enjoy yourself there, lunch or dinner. And on behalf of Bella Brava, which is in the Midtown area of Tampa, it's a new restaurant, and you can enjoy yourself there for lunch or dinner. Congratulations, and thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Detective, again, thank you for helping our city stay safe. Thank you for all the work that you do. Thank you all for letting us have him, okay? Mr. Chair, I turn it back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, item number 3, Mr. Vieira? No, Citro. Citro Moran, this is yours, right? Item number 3?
Citro's there now.
Mr. Citro? Mr. Citro, you have item number 3?
I'm next, sir, if I may.
Okay.
It's Councilman Maniscalco made the motion because I was not here. So,
Which one is this, multiple sclerosis? Sir?
you know what? I should have said that. I'm sorry. We had to cancel that. My apologies.
Okay, because I have item number 3 as a accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Canines for Christ?
I don't. Canines for Christ is item number 5, sir.
Oh, which one's next?
Would be Mr. Canassis. Well, they're there, we'll take them.
They're here.
They're right here.
Okay.
You said multiple sclerosis has been canceled, sir?
Yes, sir. Canines for Christ. And MS is being canceled. Yes, sir.
All right, we'll make a motion for that after that, sir.
We
Okay,
couldn't
all right,
get
we'll
in
see
touch
item
with
number
that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you very much, sir. It's my great pleasure here to introduce my dear friends with Canines for Christ, a wonderful organization that I've had the great pleasure of knowing for some years here. We have some wonderful people, including Mrs. Jennifer Cook, who's here, Mr. Jim Salgado, who's also a senior master sergeant in the United States Air Force, and operations director to the 13th Judicial Circuit Veterans Treatment Court, here with dogs Molly and Demi, who are duly certified therapy and PTSD service dogs. We also have here the founder of Chaplains for Christ, Chaplain Larry Randolph, and his wife Susan, who started Canines for Christ in 2007. We also have Chaplain Steve Kistler, and of course, Colonel Jim Fletcher, who's a friend to Canines for Christ and a friend to pretty much every single good cause out there under God's earth. You know, Canines for Christ is a very, very wonderful organization because they utilize service dogs and the benefit that we get from dogs to benefit people in so many different areas and levels, but they do it through their Christian faith. And I was kind of going through Bible verses and thinking about one that would really apply to the work that Canines for Christ does. And I came upon a famous one, Romans 8:28, that says that all good things work together for good for those who love God and who love Christ. And I think Canines for Christ is very consistent with that, which is they take one of the many good things in life, which is dogs, that brings so much joy to so many different people, families, young people, old people, etc., and they use it for the good. Through therapy dogs, for people with disabilities, for people facing challenges involving PTSD, for so many different challenges. I've had the great pleasure of working with Canines for Christ through my experience with our Sensory Friendly Santa project, where every year well over 100 kids come for a sensory friendly time with Santa, children with autism and different disabilities, and every single year the kids have a marvelous time thanks to the work of Canines for Christ. So I wanted to have some of our friends from Canines for Christ come up here and say some words. This is a great organization, one of the many faith organizations that in the Tampa area does so much good for families in the name of God, in the name of faith. So come on up, and we'd love to hear from you. Come on up.
Morning, Council.
What?
My name is Jim Salgado. I've been working with Canines for Christ now for probably about 8 years. Our founding chaplain is Chaplain Larry Randolph behind me in the green, and Steve Kessler. Both have done tremendous amounts of work with Canines for Christ over the many years. I could not start the day, though, without giving credit back to my former First Sergeant, Chief Master Sergeant Clayton Hamilton, who's behind me in blue. If it wasn't for him, the mentoring and all the other work that we do to include, and especially Canines for Christ and helping those in need, would not be happening today. So thank you, Councilman.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anybody else wishes to speak? Always a dangerous question, but it must be asked. Anybody else? You want to? Go ahead, sir, please.
Well, any organization, whether it's religious or secular, is made up of people. And Canines for Christ is made up of thousands of people. Volunteers just like normal people like you guys and like us. But the effect of an organization is the support of the people and how they react to what they want to do and have a passion for it. We have several people here that have been tremendous volunteers for Canines for Christ, going out with their four-legged ambassadors to share the love of Christ to people in all different types of situations. Jim Salgado and Jennifer work in the Veterans Court here, helping the veterans with PTSD and other issues that they go through with their possibly criminal activity, or to help them recover from that with the love of a dog and the love of a person. We do that with the elderly, the sick, the lonely, the disabled, many different types of situations, but the effect of it is the love of somebody in their heart to do this, because they have to do it. So I just wanted to personally, as a founder of this ministry, and I've seen the effect over dozens and dozens of cases, thousands of times over the years, how people's hearts have changed other people's lives. So thank you guys, so thanks to the city council for supporting this and honoring this in this way. It's a beautiful thing. And so God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And before council says anything, I also wanted to have Mr. Salgado here, if you could, sir, introduce the dogs. So go ahead.
Council,
If they
the
can see
dog
you
to my left, I know you can't see right now. Let me pass her back. This is Molly. She, believe it or not, was a rescue. She was found wandering in a cow pasture. And if it wasn't for Chaplain Larry, I wouldn't have her today. And we've put her through a lot of training. As Councilman Vieira mentioned, she is duly qualified AKC therapy at the highest level, which is distinguished, and PTSD service with a medical service badge. The other dog that is right behind me that the Councilman Vieira is petting right now is Demi. Demi comes to us from the Czech Republic. She actually is a washout from the Schutzen program. She wouldn't bite on command. So when we got her, we were able to put her through the program. She has significant skill sets, and with her, she's amazingly good with, it could be the most frailest of adult terminal conditions or even a very young child. So we're very grateful to have them. They're able to do a lot. And of course, as Councilman Vieira mentioned, we do have them in a lot of different programs to include Vets Court, but especially where they excel is working with special needs.
Thank you. Go ahead. Oh, and Ginger, I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Ginger is here. She is also a PTSD service dog and a distinguished therapy dog. But all of our members' dogs are very distinguished, I suppose I would say. We go from we say sharing the love and compassion of Christ. And people will talk to dogs and relax in front of dogs who are scared of people, who have been put off from people so often that when we come, people love dogs, our dogs love people unconditionally, and that's what works. So, all right, so thank you.
And he's not going no to you. He's
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, he's not going no. I was just making that. He's going no to Mary on something. You poor thing. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, it wasn't.
Well, all right. Well, it's just we believe in sharing the love and compassion of Christ. We don't go in waving a Bible, but we will talk about that. We pray over people. We get to spend time with people who would not give us the time of day if we didn't have the dog, because as we say, the dogs break the barriers because they love everyone. We should all take lessons from the dogs. Also, our dogs are joyful because they love life, and we should also as Christians. So we thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
The gentleman just said something very, very important. We should take a lesson from the dogs and love everyone because, you know, times are tough. The world is in disarray, and it's interesting. We don't look to humans for advice. We're looking to the dogs for advice, and they're right. What do dogs know except to eat, enjoy life, and, again, love everyone? Very good message. Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
If I may, thank you all for your hard work. You're not only bringing love for animals that may have been neglected or be abused, but also for people with certain ailments that need love and affection. I think we can learn from these dogs to first understand and nurture and respect, and in turn, you're going to give love and respect. So thank you for all the hard work that you do.
Well, Mr. Vieira, again, thank you for shedding light on what good volunteers do, what good people do in this world to help other people. So we say thank you, folks, for coming and sharing your lovely animals with us.
Thank you, sir. And so it's my pleasure. I'll give this to you, my good friend Jim. Tampa City Council commendation for Canines for Christ. A good friend of mine said we don't deserve dogs, and that's very true. We don't deserve dogs. They're too good for humans. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Love you very much.
Thank you.
So we'll wait for Mr. Vieira to come back up, Mr. Maniscalco, and you can. Oh, you'll do it.
Do we take number 4 off? Or?
Yeah. Motion to withdraw item 4.
So moved.
Second.
Withdraw is moved. Second by Mr. Carlson. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Yes, ma'am.
I guess the question.
That's Mr. Vieira's situation there. Mr. Maniscalco, you second it with him. That's item 4. Is that?
Maybe we should wait till he gets back.
We'll hold.
He's downstairs.
He's downstairs. There he is.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to say a thank you to Simon Canassi for skipping his place, and he'll go in my place, and I'll go in his, so I can make both of my commitments today. Today is a special day, not only for the combination we gave earlier, but certainly for this one. This is a combination to Tampa City Council Revenue and Finance General Accounting Office. It is a pleasure that the Tampa City Council present this commendation to you in recognition of receiving the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Finance Reporting and Government Finance Office Association. This Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of government accounting and finance reporting, an attempt to symbolize a significant accomplishment by a government office and its management. All the employees that work in that office. It is indicative of the commitment and the level of professionalism demonstrated by your office. We join Mayor Jane Castor in saying, wow, this is really a big, big deal. Tampa City Council presents this commendation to all of you for what you've done on behalf of Tampa City Council this 8th of March, the year 2022. And with us today we have not only Mr. Dennis Rojero, the Chief Financial Officer, Betty Huffsteller, excuse me, the Chief Accountant, Sabrina McAdoo. Very famous name in one sport that I'm not going to mention. Sorry.
Basketball.
I said I wasn't going to do it. You could do it. Nancy Harper, Christopher Hutchcraft, Kevin Southwell, Carly,
She's out.
and Rosita Rivera. She's out. On behalf of Tampa City Council, my friend, thank you very much for all your accomplishment. And I know it's not here, but I would imagine there's hundreds or maybe thousands of individuals that apply for this. How many receive it?
Very few. It is a thank you. Thank you, Councilman, and thank you, Council. Very, very happy to have this award. Very excited. Can't say enough about this wonderful team I'm with. As you have probably heard me say before, you know, the requirements change every year, the guidelines change every year, the regulations change every year for this award, and we have to keep up with that, and that's what this team does. I think we do a fantastic job, of course, and I appreciate the trust we have with the mayor and city council, but there is something about an independent, national, third party affirming that we do things to an outstanding level year in and year out, and that's what this award does. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank
Any
you, all
more?
of you,
Mr.
not only you,
Maniscalco?
but the other employees that are not here, and your whole staff for recognition. I think you've gotten this many, many times over, and are appreciative from behalf of all the citizens of Tampa. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Boom. Mr. Maniscalco?
Mr. Rojero, congratulations, sir. Well deserved. I appreciate your friendship, previously as chief of staff, and now in your role as this leader with a great team of individuals behind you. You do a great job. We appreciate you, and keep up the great work. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
Mr. Carlson?
Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the team. Well,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Job well done.
Thank you.
Now, that was item number 7, Madam Clerk. Yes, ma'am. We gotta wait for Mr. Vieira to get back up here. Once Mr. Vieira comes, we can take care of that. Is Mr. Vieira down there? Brandon, if you can track Mr. Vieira, we need to make a switch.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Shelby, is it possible you can run to the second floor and if Mr. Vieira can come back, we got to keep quorum.
Mr. Chair, there has been.
What's wrong?
Sorry.
What's wrong? What's going on? Okay, Mr. Vieira, while you're here,
Yes, sir.
item number 4, do you want that continue or is that withdrawn?
You know, withdrawn for now.
All right.
Yeah.
Motion withdrawn by Mr. Vieira, second by Mr. Maniscalco. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion granted. Okay, Mr. Vieira, if you go down there, we get Mr. Canassis out the way, and we can proceed.
Is that the last one? Have we done?
That's the last one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've known them forever. Nicest people you'll ever find. Nicest people. And Jim Salgado's an old West Tampa guy. Nice guy. Went to oh, nice people. Oh yeah, it's fine. I've seen nothing controversial.
Mr. Chair, I do apologize. There has been a little mix-up here, and there will be a next commendation. Mr. Canassi will receive the commendation on behalf of the lovely lady that he is representing. It is my apologies that things got mixed up.
No need to apologize. Things happen, sir. You know, it's not a problem. So, item number 3 was supposed to be for Mr. Canassis, and you want. So, what do you want to do? You want to go to continue, sir? What
Yes, sir, please, into our next commendation.
All right.
I thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. Second? Second by Mr. Carlson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion granted.
Move to receive file or?
Move to receive and file. Second by Mr. Carlson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned.